Welcome back to Peace, Love and Tarot. This reading is for Gemini, Sun, Moon or Rising. And Gemini, this is your weekly intuitive tarot reading for March the 2nd to the 8th. I can't believe it's March already. This week, guys, we have the Birthing a New Age Oracle card. We have the Chariot, the Ace of Pentacles, the Nine of Pentacles, Six of Swords, the Hermit and the Death energy. We've got some pretty powerful energies here. Half the spread is Major Arcana, so for those of you that this reading is for, it's fairly significant. Definitely a big theme of, releasing something, a cycle coming to an end, going, within to maybe understand the situation, to get that sense of perspective and hindsight, to reconnect with your own internal riches. And then, it's time to take control of your life again. You're moving on to some really brilliant new possibilities and opportunities that have the potential to expand fairly quickly. So, without further ado, we'll go to your oracle card. Sorry, one of your candles has just gone out there, Gemini. I won't stop the reading to light you another one, but yeah, just one that's going to be a little bit dark in that corner. Okay, so we're going to start with the Birthing a New Age Oracle card. So I'll just read that one out. Birthing new creations. Could be the Ace of Pentacles, guys. Dreaming a new world into being. Often our path is exactly the one we don't feel prepared to walk. Walk it anyway. Often what is rising feels bigger than what we could possibly hold, but be the container for it anyway. Often our creations seem to have wild, uncontrollable consciousness of their own. Birth them anyway. Often what is ours to do is the very thing that intimidates us. Be courageous and do it anyway. We are birthing a new age. Right now we're in a transition period between ages, in the process of allowing the old cycle to fall away and the new to rise. Like driving in the fog and trusting the road will appear ahead. We need to release old identities and old ways that no longer serve us, using our intuition as a compass. That is very, very descriptive of the energies that we have down here, guys. That death energy, releasing old patterns, or it might be relationships, it might be jobs or friendships or even places that are no longer serving us, that are no longer in alignment, because maybe you've changed, maybe you've evolved, and we need to keep on releasing those identities in order to keep moving forward in life. That's very much the death energy. And, that trusting that the road ahead will appear. Well, that's what the Hermit does by going inwards and seeking, and slowly that path forward is revealed. So, you also got the Play Oracle card, which is a very fun, light-hearted energy. Tells you not to be so serious and fun, and just to have fun, celebrate, to lighten up. So I feel like a lot of you have been through a darker time, or a sort of transitioning out of that. Well, the Divine just wants you to know, hey, don't forget just to stop and have a laugh, to do something, maybe watch some comedy or go out with some friends. Just don't sweat the small stuff this week if you can. Just, be in that sense of fun as well, while, after you've transitioned out of this period. Okay, so in your recent past here, we have the Six of Swords and we have the Death energy. So 100% what I was just mentioning about that Oracle card, we see you in the recent past moving on from a cycle that you had in some way outgrown. Maybe it wasn't serving you anymore. Maybe you had outgrown a relationship, or, the relationship had exceeded the growth that you could gain from it. It can be that a soul contract or a karmic lesson's complete, so we no longer need that situation. Usually you kind of get that feeling when there's no more growth left in a situation. Same could be said with work. Guys, general reading, you'll know what it is for you. But it is, the death energy is about, releasing a cycle, allowing it to pass. Because really in life there's nothing more certain than that cycle of death and rebirth. And in order to get to the rebirth, to get to the new solid opportunities and to move forward, sometimes we have to release something. We have to create the space for it. And that's the death energy. Everything in our life goes through seasons and cycles, from that beautiful spring, summer, autumn to winter. And, when you're in a winter, you know when something's coming to a close. And we can choose to stay in that winter, like stay stagnant, stay in that situation. But we often get to a period where we feel stuck, we're not growing anymore, and you know when that time is. And that's when we need to release it to get to our next spring. That's what I really feel with that death energy. And that's why, you know, death is the card of transformation, because it can bring you back to your next spring. It can bring you to your next dawn. And that's really exciting, guys, because that's when, you know, new seeds are growing for us, like the Ace of Pentacles there. So with everything that we let pass or release, there's always a new beginning to back it up, and that's exciting. So out of that rubble, out of the ashes, from that clean slate that death gives you, there is always that potential, that powerful potential for creation and transformation, which I absolutely love. And the Six of Swords shows moving on from a time that might have been quite tumultuous. You know, we have that choppy water at the front of the card there, and water in tarot is our emotions. So, you know, things could have been a bit more difficult for you in the past. It could have been a bit of a struggle, or maybe, you know, just very triggering. So sometimes we have to leave a cycle behind in order to get to a place of peace, of smoother sailing, of, you know, harmony. And that's the Six of Swords. It's making that necessary rite of passage to get to a better place for us. And if possible, you know, we leave the swords, the hurts, the harsh words, whatever went down in that situation, we leave that on the shoreline so we can carry on with an empty vessel into our new beginning. Okay, that's that energy there. So that's obviously quite a heavy energy, guys. I mean, it's never easy completing a cycle. Even if you're the one to initiate leaving a job, leaving a relationship, it doesn't mean to say that it's not painful, because change is hard, guys. You know, it really is. And you know, it can be fear. You know, there can be fear in that for a lot of us to change and embrace that, no matter if we want it or not. So we see is one of the focus energies this week, the Hermit energy. And the Hermit, you know, turns inwards a little bit for a period of time. It can be a short period of time, can be longer, but turns inwards in order to seek wisdom, to reconnect with the higher self, sometimes a sense of spirituality, but also just to reflect on the situation and to kind of, it's almost like a bit of an integration process. So the Hermit, you know, it can be that time taken to gain hindsight on a situation, to connect the dots, maybe think about why the situation played out the way it did. But also the Hermit is seeking the way forward. You know, he has this little lantern here with a link to the star energy, and it's just flickering at the moment. But the idea is that the more you seek, the brighter that lantern burns. You know, the more you seek, the more you understand, the more healing that takes place. And that's when, you know, we start to enlighten from the inside out. And you know, maybe just a few steps were illuminated at the start, but over time, you know, the brighter that lantern burns, then that path forward is going to be revealed to you. That's the metaphor there with the Hermit energy. So some of you might need to take some time out to retreat a little bit, you know, just to have some self-love time, you know, maybe do more meditation, that kind of thing. But it's probably, I feel like it's only going to be a momentarily, I can't say that word, sorry, a momentary time for you guys with this going inwards, because we have that there backed up with the Chariot. And the Chariot is all about swift forward movement. The Chariot talks about taking the reins of your life again, getting back into balance and control in order to propel yourself forward. So with the Chariot, you know, we see the two sphinxes here that draw the Chariot. But this person in the Charioteer, you, doesn't have any reins, just a wand. And the idea is that through bringing these forces of our mind into alignment, into balance, that's when we propel ourselves forward. So those forces can be, you know, any amounts of indecision, any self-doubt, all of those kinds of things, bringing all of that into alignment, and that's when we propel ourselves forward. The Chariot can also talk about leaving weights behind, and moving into lighter and brighter times. Both the Hermit and the Chariot can actually indicate travel, as does the Six of Swords. So some of you might be relocating for love, for work, going back home, maybe after dissolving a romantic situation, a partnership, or even dissolving a job and actually going back home for a period of time. But the Chariot is also a victory card, so it says that whatever you are ending or dissolving, you are victorious in this. This is the right thing for you. So it's actually a really beautiful energy. It's about, power, taking control of your life, and now steering, swiftly forward in a new direction. And, what you're moving towards, Gemini, is something pretty amazing and solid here. We have the Ace of Pentacles and the Nine of Pentacles. So the Ace, Ace of Pentacles, it really is some kind of solid opportunity. And it often comes for somebody who has, walked the path, scaled the mountain, or gone through that portal, gone through a transformation. And that's when the new opportunities start to appear, because, we've made the space for it. And we're really connecting to that, birthing that new age. Now, the Ace of Pentacles, aces are the first card in each suit of the tarot. In this instance, it's the Pentacle. So the thing is that they're not fully formed opportunities. They're kind of the seeds of potential, of possibility, but we need to nurture them in order to grow and expand them. So it could be a new job offer. It can be a new, small windfall, or a new way to make money. You could look at it in a relationship sense, as in terms of an offer of solidity or stability in a situation with somebody else. But we do have that with the Nine of Pentacles, which really is a card of independence. So I think this is an opportunity coming in for you alone. And together with the Nine of Pentacles, guys, this says to me that this opportunity, whatever it is that's coming in for you, whatever it is that you're moving towards, has the ability to expand fairly quickly and to really maybe, go the distance and lead to great abundance for you. I mean, the Nine of Pentacles shows somebody who is self-sufficient, independent, and has a sense of either luxury or, quality over quantity in their life. It's about being discerning now, not following every bus down the street, but following the opportunities that really shine for you. They're the ones that, when you connect to them with passion and purpose, the ones that really go the distance for you. So you're moving on to things that are much more much more aligned with you, that are going to, I think, potentially lead to great financial gain here too, with that Nine of Pentacles. There is the reminder I said, grow and expand quickly. We're going from a 1 to a 9, but still remember, it's not obviously in the space of a week. Good things do take time. I think you'll start to see the progress quickly, but obviously we need to keep working at it. That is, really the key as well. So you're really moving into a new chapter. We have an ending, swiftly followed by a new beginning, one that has the ability to be greatly abundant for you, Gemini. So beautiful reading. I do wish you all the best with it, and keep in mind it is a general reading, so not everyone will go through exactly this this week, but there is always a piece, guys. There's a piece in every reading for each one of you. Feel free to leave me a comment. Always love to know how it's shaping up in your daily life, and I'll see you back here next week for another reading.